Here is my front cover analysis presentation of 3 different magazine front covers. The first front cover that I'm going to analyse is from the magazine Vogue. As you can see, the masthead at the top, it is big and it's bold and it's the first thing you notice when you look at the magazine. This is the main aim of the masthead. It uses an unusual font which is used by Vogue so that the font is now associated with Vogue. And also, Rihanna is a very popular music artist, so having her on the front cover makes readers interested to know about what's inside the magazine. This is something that is very important when deciding what to put on your front cover, as the right celebrity or model can generate more interest in the magazine and a larger consumer base. Rihanna is photographed here with bright red hair, which has been emphasised in Photoshop to catch the attention of the consumer. The colours used here are quite soft and light, meaning that cover lines and plugs really stand out, and they are black or a bold white. The front cover gives off an exotic feel because of the way that Rihanna is dressed and the ocean in the background implying that she must be somewhere hot. As you can see on this front cover, there are only 5 different colours used on the front cover, which are red, brown, white, black and blue. This is done to keep it simple and effective. The colour brown may have been chosen for the masthead because it matches Rihanna's skin tone. The chosen colours also give the front cover a chicness, something that consumers of Vogue expected, as it is quite a prestigious magazine. Also, like every magazine, one of the most important features of a front cover is the barcode and the price, which is right here in the bottom left hand corner of the magazine. The cover lines, which are right here and which are some there, the cover lines use anticipating sentences which Vogue have cleverly picked out to interest the readers, such as fashion to flatter every figure and eat yourself happy. 2 subjects that women are as interested in reading about. So, and also, in terms of here, every cover line, the main parts and words are in capital letters to make them stand out, so they're bold, so they catch the reader's attention. So obviously they're eye-catching, where the rest are in lowercase letters. Whereas, as you can see underneath, some of the letters which you don't want to stand out as much are in lowercase letters, so therefore you draw more attention to the letters which are in bold. So basically, in terms of lowercase, it's giving you a teaser of what the article is about inside. In terms of the front cover, as you can see right here, it has a bright red banner across the masthead, telling the readers that it is the 10th annual Shape issue, something that could interest consumers who collect Vogue. It is a bright red, which obviously makes it stand out, but it also works well with Rihanna's hair, as they are both got the same shade of red, which is quite effective. The second magazine front cover that I'm going to analyse is from the magazine Pride. And like all magazines, its masthead is a bright red colour and in bold capitals to really stand out and grab the attention of the consumer. The font is strong, in keeping with the magazine genre. Just under the masthead, there is the date, an important part of a magazine's front cover, and the website for the magazine. As you can see here, there is a yellow banner in the corner of a magazine. This is classified as a puff, which is basically words or phrases on the cover of a magazine to boost its image. Obviously here, there is the famous artist Nicole Scherzinger. who is very popular this moment in time. So having her on the front covers, central image of your magazine, generates its own interest because she's so popular. She is looking directly at the camera, engaging with the consumer. Her dark eye makeup makes her eyes really stand out. And her red lips work well with the colour of the masthead and certain cover lines. In terms of the clothes that Nicole is wearing, the colours have created a black background for the writing, so the colours red, white and yellow really stand out. They are all eye-catching colours and give the magazine front cover an urban feel to it. Because of the clothes she's wearing, it's got that darker feel to it, so it makes it more of like urban and all that. One of the main cover lines is on Nicole herself, something that magazines do if they have a famous person as the front cover model. In terms of, as you can see on the front cover, many different fonts are used for each cover line on the front cover. This makes it more visually effective, along with the mixture of colours. Obviously here, as you can see, like all magazines, the barcode is found on the front cover for this magazine. It is in the bottom left hand corner, usually joined by the price. In terms of the cover lines, each cover line and plug uses a mixture of capitals and lowercase letters to highlight the important parts of each sentence. For example, the cover line 89 ways to get into the nurturing spirit. The 89 really stands out as it is like in really big. So that makes it stand out bigger because it's bigger than the rest of the cover line. And so this is the first thing that you will notice. Seeing as this is a magazine aimed a woman, each cover line is about a topic that would be interesting to their consumers, something that magazine editors need to take into consideration when chosen cover lines and plugs. As you can see here, it's very small to see over here at the white writing at the top left. It says celebrating 20 years at the top. This is also another poof to boost the magazine's image and to make it seem more appealing. My third and final magazine front cover that I'm going to analyse is from the magazine Q. Right, as you can see, the header, which is the UK's biggest music magazine, the header represents how the magazine is the UK's biggest. This will motivate people to buy it, as they will want to know why it is voted the best in the UK. Also, as you can see here, the masthead, which is this big Q, the masthead on this specific magazine is in the top left-hand corner. It is more of a logo than a masthead, as it is only one letter in a logo design. The logo is red and is very eye-catching. It also takes up the whole left-hand corner. Mastheads are normally featured at the top of the magazine front cover, so that they are the first thing that people will see when glancing over different magazines in the shop. Also, the way that the logo is in front of the image represents how important it is that the audience know the title of it. So, in terms of the main image, which is Cheryl, the main image is very effective on this front cover. It is very frame dominating and extremely appealing to the target audience. The main image is of Cheryl Cole. She is known very well for being big in the music industry due to her feature in a band, which is Girls Aloud, and also as a solo artist, and her main role as a judge on the X Factor, which is she featured as a judge mainly between 2008 and 2010. Not that that matters. This makes the reader interested in what the magazine included about her. She's also known for her high sex appeal factor. This is shown very well in this image as she looks very attractive. This will also make the sales increase in this specific edition as they will buy the magazine entirely because of the main image and usually because of that main sex appeal that she has. Obviously, in terms of the barcode at the over here, the barcode is always featured on the front of a magazine. On this edition, it is located underneath the logo masthead, which is underneath the EQ. The price is located on the barcode of the magazine. The print is very small as the magazine is quite expensive and the company don't want to advertise the price of it too much. In terms of the banner, at the very, very bottom, it's very, very faint to see. But the banner or footer at the bottom of the page is plain black. It just makes the magazine look symmetrical and professionally structured. In terms of the main cover lines, the main cover line on this edition is Cheryl Cole Rocks, as it is highlighted big at the bottom of the page. This interests the reader as to what the magazine has to say about Cheryl Cole and why she rocks. The word rocks is in red, large, spaced out letters. This is showing that they want us, that means that they wanted it to stand out more than majority of the text on the page. They did that by making it a lot bigger than the actual masthead itself. This shows its importance in the magazine. The main cover line is in white and red. The word Cheryl Cole is in white to represent Cole, that obviously that is her name. And the word rocks is in red. The red colour can represent lust and also sexual attraction. They have mostly used these colours because they go with the house style of the magazine. In terms of the flasher, over here, the use of the flasher makes vital information stand out more than any other text on the front cover. On this magazine, John Lennon has been mentioned in the flasher, as you can see here in the white text. This shows the reader that there will be interesting information about him included inside this magazine. In terms of the cell lines on the magazine, the cell lines on this magazine all revolve around bands and solo artists. The colours of the cell lines are either red, white, grey or black. This makes the magazine very consistent as the colours are within the house style of Q Magazine. In terms of the target audience of this magazine, in terms of age, the age of the target audience for Q Magazine is over 25 years old. This is because Q believed that that the age range was being ignored when it came to music magazines. Because Cheryl Cole is around that age herself, so that the audience can relate to her and perhaps aspire to be like her. We can also tell what the target audience age is because of the price of the magazine, which is, as you can see, about £3.90, which is quite pricey. They need to be old enough. So that a steady enough income they need to be old enough to be able to afford the magazine, which is why it is targeted for over 25 years old, because they'll be able to afford it, unlike someone who is under that age. In terms of gender, the target audience for gender for this magazine is mainly male, but it could be both, because this is because the content of the magazine is mostly aimed at both sex. In terms of the social class of the target audience will be about C1, which is basically lower middle class and above. This is because the magazine is quite expensive, so they must be able to afford this magazine. In terms of the favourite music genre, from a specific magazine, I can see that the target audience's favourite music genre is rock/pop. I know this because of the main image. Cheryl Cole is known for creating and singing pop music. However, the missing scene shows that the target audience enjoys rock. This is because of the dark reds and blacks used throughout the front cover. Also, because of the cover lines listing different rock bands, and obviously in terms of the clothing that she's wearing as well. You know, she's got that black leather jacket, and that like shows like rebellion and like aggression, and that kind of like in a way implies rock, because it's like really, really hard and all that. In this clip, I have analysed 3 front covers of different magazines, and this is the end to my front cover analysis.